Hello, in this video, I am doing my top 7 Fortnite named locations. Now, there are a lot of good locations in Fortnite, but I'm only going to choose 7 of them to put on this list, and an honorable mention, of course. But this is just going to be my top 7 Fortnite locations, and it's only going to be the named locations. So it's not going to be the unnamed locations. These are just the named ones, the main ones that's on the map. And yeah, so none of the ones that aren't named, those are not counted in this list. And these do not have to be locations that are on the map right now. They could be locations from any time of the map, just any location that was once implemented into the game. Anyways, let's just get straight into the video. My number 7th spot is Haunted Hills. And the reason why Haunted Hills is number 7 is because it is a good place. It has a good amount of loot. Not too much people land there, but there's enough people for you to actually be able to kill people. But because it's on the other side of the freaking map, it's impossible to really get to the circle, because normally the circle is really far away. So if it was closer to the center of the map, it would definitely be a lot higher on my list, but because it's like on the edge, there's really not that much of a point dropping there. I used to drop there a lot in season 5 or 6, but ever since then, it kind of slowly went down as there have been better locations, and it's just, I realized that it's not worth running across the entire map, so yeah. Anyways, the number 6 spot is Pleasant Park. Now, Pleasant Park is a good location, and there's a lot of people landing there, though. It was like the original Tilted Towers when Tilted Towers came out, like how much people was dropping there. That's kind of how much people were dropping at Pleasant Park before Tilted came out. It's like the classic main drop location. Like, there's still a lot of people that, still go there, so you are always going for action. But that's kind of one of the main problems. Like, I like action areas, but a place where there's pretty much so much people that you can't even get loot in the beginning, it's like impossible to actually do anything, because half the time I feel like you land there, someone else is at your house and you get the gun first, you're just dead. That's it. It's game over. So there's not really much of a point of dropping that. I guess that's why a lot of people like Tilted Towers, though. So for that reason, yes, it's a good place. But because I like to land places to get some kills and continue the game, try to actually live, then yeah, Pleasant Park, I don't like it as much, but I used to go there a lot, so yeah. Number 5 is Tomato Temple. Now, Tomato Temple is one of the most amazing places on the entire map. It was really hard to choose either Tomato Temple or Tomato Town. The only reason why I would choose Tomato Town is just because it's, like nostalgic reasons, but I don't really want this to be like I guess some of this could be for nostalgic reasons, but at the same time, like, technically Tomato Temple is a lot better than Tomato Town. So, and it is like the same reasons why I like Tomato Town. It's just majestic with the big tomato head. And I am on Team Tomato Tom, so I have to, I really like that place. So yeah, out of both of them, I chose Tomato Temple, and it was a good place. They kind of destroyed some of it when Season 8 came out, but it's actually still a really good place. You can still land there. The head is still there, which is good. That's like the main part. And yeah, it's still a good place to land and has a decent amount of loot. Some people go there. It's a good place. And on to number 4. And even though I am on Tomato Tom's side, number 4 is Greasy Grove. Now, Greasy Grove used to be a really good place to land. It was like a Pleasant Park mixed with Retail Row a little bit, as there's a bunch of like normal houses, and then there's of course the main Greasy Grove building, the Dirt Burger, and there's also this little like shop that's actually still there. And yeah, it was a really good place. I dropped there a lot, and yeah, even I was kind of happy after seeing you got destroyed, because I was like, yes, the tomatoes have won, but I still kind of missed that place because it was a really good place to land, and I actually got one of my favorite wins there, like by dropping there. It comes with my number 4 spot. Now we're into my top 3, and these are like amazing locations. Okay, so we're getting to number 3. Number 3 is Loot Lake. Now, Loot Lake, I really, really, really like. Not the first one, not the first Loot Lake where it was like, normal lake, and not the Bouncy Lake. The Bouncy Lake I really liked, probably like second to this one. It's not the one with the floating freaking Kevin. It's not the one with the big hole in the center without the floating Kevin. It's not the one with floating Kevin with the cracked islands. It's not the recent one with the freaking big bunker. It's the one where after Kevin exploded and the shards were in the ground and everything was like all grassy and stuff. That is my favorite Loot Lake. The reason for that is that because it was like a place where you can drop, get guns, and since there's no materials, like you would expect there to be trees and stuff, but there's no trees, no materials at all. All that was really there was just chests and loot. So, and everything was all scouted out, so you can see where all the stuff is. You don't have to like mine through houses to get the stuff, and all the cover that was there was all like natural cover, like the Kevin shards or the pieces of ground sticking out. And because of that, not much people had materials, which meant that you can get a gun and then to start shooting people down, because a decent amount of people would always go there. So if you get a gun like kind of early on, you pretty much kill everyone there. And the best part is that the battles are actually really like fun to be in, because since no one really has much materials, everyone's kind of using them sparingly, and they're all like building up, trying to use them sparingly, and then once someone runs out, it's just like a battle on the ground until someone dies. And I really liked it about it. But then just when I started like really liking it, because I didn't start like landing there until later on, like after it happened, they freaking just did a big hole in the center. Like, what's up with that? I just started to like the place. Now it just got rid of the whole reason why I like it. It's like, why? Why you do this? Now onto my number 2 spot. Funny story about this place. This is a place that I really didn't think was good at all. I thought it was absolute garbage. I thought, why would anyone land here? This is the trashiest place ever. It doesn't even look good. And that's when I was in a game with my friends, and then we were like, you know what? As a joke, let's land Moisty Meier. See, Moisty Meier is my second pick, and it was insane because we landed Moisty Meier thinking it would be terrible, but we did not understand how perfect and good it really was. There was a tree house which had like up to 3 chests in it, and loot all over the entire area. And since there was trees everywhere, you can get max wood in like no time. And being as you could also go to Fatal Fields after that with a little rock patch, you could also get max bricks. So it was a perfect place for loot and material. I remember the first time that I landed there and I left the place with my squad. We all had like legendary scars, freaking purple tacks, which of course was a thing. We had the best stuff ever, and we were like, this is the best place ever, and we kept on landing there over and over and over. And then they even changed it up in season 4, I think. Yeah, season 4. They changed it up in season 4 with this movie set, and I thought, ah man, now people are gonna be landing there more, which there was a slight bit of more people, but that wasn't really a bad thing, because now there's even more loot, and it was just perfect. And they got rid of it in season 5. And then I was like, why? But yeah, Moisty Meier was an amazing place. I literally loved landing there. It was perfect. It was like the perfect location. And it was funny because we didn't think it was good at all. But that's kind of the same thing for my number 1 spot, actually. But before we get to that, first, my honorable mention. I am a bull. Okay, my honorable mention is Flush Factory. And the reason for Flush Factory being my honorable mention is because it's Flush Factory, kind of. I didn't even land there, like, at all. The only reason why I liked it was because of the toilets, which were very majestic, and there were toilets everywhere, including the Emperor toilet, the God toilet, there was a futuristic toilet, there was all these classes of toilets, and it was perfect for how memey it was. Then they got rid of it, which it sucked as the God toilet then got destroyed, which I really wish the God toilet somehow survived. But yeah, now it's gone. And to be honest, I didn't really care as much because I never landed there. It's not like a place I was like, dang it, like Moisty Meier. But yeah, it was pretty a memey place, and I was like, why get rid of the meme like that? Rip God toilet. Anyways, now number 1, and like I said, this is a place that while we were going Moisty Meier, we really thought, like, you know, we like this place now, but we used to think it was garbage, and why would anyone drop them? We never dropped it, and then we did, and then we realized it was amazing. So what if we did that with another place? And that's what we did. We dropped another place that we thought was worse than Moisty Meier in the beginning. Actually, I don't even know if we thought it was worse, but we thought it was like, we thought Moisty Meier and this place was the worst place on the map, and the place is Lonely Lodge. And just like what happened with Moisty Meier, just like how we kind of predicted it would happen with Lonely Lodge, it was amazing. It's literally amazing. And I didn't even realize, but Lonely Lodge was a place that kind of made a lot of memories of Fortnite before I even knew it was Lonely Lodge. Because if you didn't know, when I first started playing Fortnite, I didn't even know that you can open the map. I was kind of stupid like that. I didn't know the map was a thing. And I remember that one time I just saw this lodge and this weird bear, and I was like, what is this? Like I thought that this map was humongous, which, I mean, it's kind of big, but not like humongous. I thought this map was like so big after I saw this place. I was like, oh my god. Like, I thought I've seen every place. What is this place? Like, where am I? Because I didn't really know anything, like, where places were, so I was like, what am I looking at right now? Like, I thought it was so weird, and I thought, like, there's a whole other freaking, like, biome thing that I just found. And Lonely Lodge was also actually the first place I've ever seen of Fortnite. The reason why I liked it and I started playing it was because Dan TDM, the Diamond Minecart, which I didn't really even watch. I saw one of his videos titled, I am a bush. And I was like, what does that even mean? So I went to the video, I saw he was playing this game, and the first place he landed, because he said, this is one of the most dropped areas to get a bush, was Lonely Lodge. It was the tower, and I didn't even know that was Lonely Lodge. I just thought it was some random place on the map that was the most popular place on the map, because I thought that was the highest point, which I was wrong. And since that, I haven't dropped there ever, and now since I was dropping there now to see if it was even good, it's perfect. I'm gonna list off all the reasons why Lonely Lodge is truly the best place on the entire map. Because it was good in the beginning, but it has only gotten better over time. And I was like, I was so scared about it getting destroyed in Season 8, and then Volcano spared its life. Blasi Lagoon could have easily became Lonely Lagoon, okay? Let me just say that. The tower that I mentioned before in Lonely Lodge has up to 3 chests, and it's like a small tower, so if you land there and you have all 3 chests, that's a lot of chests right there. Especially how, this is a cool trick that I have done. When you land there, if there's a person that lands there with you, say you have to get the gun first, or there's a guy coming up, or say the tower is getting broken down, if you jump off the tower, you could land on the zip line, press X, or whatever button. I play on Xbox, so it's the, whatever button it is to hold onto the zip line, and then you just live. So you can survive the fall from the tower. I always do that. To get down from the tower, I don't walk down the whole thing. I just jump off, land on the zip line, go to the mountain across it, and get the chest over there. It's like perfect for that scenario. So yeah, so there's chests everywhere, which it's not just that. There are chests everywhere. Like there's every place has a chest. And I know where every single chest location is because that's like my main area I drop. Probably got more wins there than I have at any other place. And just like how Moisty Meier with the trees and stuff, there's the same thing here. So you can get max wood just by Lonely Lodge, right? Just like Moisty Meier. And because of the rocks everywhere, you can get max bricks. So that's max wood, max bricks. And because of all the vans, because that's this little parking lot thing, you can get max metal. So you can have max materials just by leaving Lonely Lodge alone. So you can leave max materials, really good loot, and because of all the campfires, if you take any damage, you can just heal up using campfires. There's like 5 campfires in Lonely Lodge. So no matter what, you can get the full health after a big battle, and if you survive at like 1 HP, you can just get back to full in 2 seconds. And because of the mushrooms that are all across Lonely Lodge, you can also get full shield. There's also a possibility of 2 vending machines in Lonely Lodge, one in the lodge and one down there near the, when you're leaving the lodge. And that can give you really good stuff, especially how before when there wasn't any like free things, like it was, you could pay materials. Because Lonely Lodge had a lot of materials, that was like perfect. Another thing that's also good about Lonely Lodge is that normally a lot of people are like, it's really on the edge of the map, it's not that good of a location because you have to go all the way to the circle. But the zipline that I talked about before leads to another zipline that goes straight to a freaking baller location with even more chests, and you can get ballers and get out of there. So no matter what, you're going to get back to the circle. And even if there's no ballers, there's a volcano right next to you, a bunch of geysers everywhere, that you could just get back to the circle no matter what. It is the perfect location on the entire map. It's like every location has something where it's like, okay, well, yeah, this is good about it, but it doesn't have this. Well, this is good about it, but it doesn't have this. This Lonely Lodge has everything. So, Lonely Lodge is the best location on the entire map, hands down. Perfect location. Amazing. Anyway, guys, I guess that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. That was my top 7 Fortnite locations. Tell me your top 7 or top 10, top 5 favorite location, anything in the comments below. And also like, subscribe, you know what, screw it, turn on the notification bell. I'm telling you, turn on the notification bell, because why not? So turn that on too. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. comment down more videos, ideas that you want me to do. And, yeah. Anyways, goodbye.